Hello, and thank you for watching this video. I'm so excited to have you here because you're watching our very first video in the series called Dear Jill. Now, Dear Jill is just basically to help you overcome your obstacles and dilemmas so that you can achieve your goals more easily and quickly. Now, my inbox is flooded with emails with individual questions about issues that are popping up in your life when you're trying to achieve your goals. So what I decided to do is, instead of answering each individual email where only that one person gets to see that answer, I decided to bring those questions and those answers to you so that everyone can benefit. So I want to encourage you, if you're having a struggle, please just send an email with what you're going through and your specific question, and I'll be happy to answer it for you. If you want to remain anonymous, I'm happy to honor that for you. But basically, your dilemmas can provide quite a contribution for other people who want to prevent that dilemma in their own life, or they want to break through it in their own life as well. So you can absolutely make a contribution to other people by submitting a question, and I encourage you to do that. Now, here's our first question. Dear Jill, I have a BHAG I'm working on. A BHAG is a big, hairy, audacious goal. The goal is so big, I find myself quite often becoming completely overwhelmed to the point of paralysis, where I'm stuck. Help! Okay, now, I don't know if you've ever experienced that, but I sure have. So you're not alone. And if you're experiencing that too, I want you to know that there's some, pretty fundamental things that you need to know when you set a really big goal. A lot of people set goals that they're so far off in the future that if you don't literally stay motivated every single day and do something to take another step towards that goal, you're going to lose your motivation, you're going to get stuck, or you're going to be overwhelmed. So I want to share with you really quick what I do. Now, first of all, we go into this in a lot more detail in Goal University, but our time is limited in this format. So I want to give you the essence of something that will help you when you do it. Now, first of all, anytime that you set a goal, especially if it's a big one, if it's really, really big, it's going to take a real commitment to achieve. You want to make sure that you've clarified what the goal is. What exactly do you want? What's the outcome that you want to achieve? What's the result? And then the next thing you want to do is come up with 10 deeply personal, compelling reasons about why you must achieve that goal. Now, these goals have to be significant to you. Now, we go through this in great detail elsewhere, so I want to make sure we get right to the point. One thing that you want to make sure that you do is you want to write your goal down on paper. You write your goal, and then you list the 10 deeply compelling reasons that you have that are personal and important to you, why you must achieve that goal. Chances are, if you can't find 10, you might not be willing to really commit yourself to achieve that goal. Especially the bigger it is, the more commitment it's going to take. Now, any goal, the first thing that you need to do is this. You know what this is? This is your foundation. That's what this is. That's your foundation. Your foundation is the clarity of your goal and the reasons. Okay, when the reasons are clear, the why, when the why is clear, the how is effortless. So you want to make sure you do that. Now, the next thing you need to understand is this is the big goal, the big picture. Now, this is really, really important. I'll start here. You know what that is? This is a brick. First thing you need is your foundation. A lot of people are trying to stack their bricks up, and they don't have the foundation underneath it. You know what happens? They fall over. Because you need a foundation under the bricks. Otherwise, you're just killing time. Seriously. So you've got your foundation, the reason, the goal, you're committed. So what you do is you need to make a list of all the things that you need to do in order to achieve that goal. That's what these are. These are all those little things that you need to do in order to achieve that big goal. Now, one of the things that you need to understand about the bigger goals is that any major goal, whatever it is, I don't care if it's writing a book, planning a wedding, starting a family, building a house, learning to play guitar, losing weight, planning a vacation, building a business. Any big goal has sometimes hundreds of smaller sub-goals that need to occur in order for the big picture to take place and be achieved. That's what these bricks are. These are your sub-goals. Okay? Now, one thing about a sub-goal is you need to know the order of priority that those goals need to be created in. And as long as you're doing these sub-goals, eventually you're going to have that larger picture. You're going to have exactly what you've been trying to build. And if you can just simplify that in your own mind. Now, here's the thing. If you're doing the goals in the wrong order, you're going to be bopping all over the place. So you want to make sure that each sub-goal that you work on is in the order of priority. Okay, a lot of times I see people in a rut where they're just doing things just to do them. No, you want to make sure you do at least one thing every day to advance your goal, and you want to make sure that it's the thing that's going to move it forward. It can't be just some tedious random thing that has no impact on the goal. Because a lot of times those random tedious things don't even really need to be done. You're just doing them to keep busy or look busy to other people, but it's really not advancing your goal. So you got to be honest with yourself, and sometimes you've got to be brutally honest with yourself. And if you do these sub-goals, that big picture vision will come true. One brick at a time, one sub-goal at a time. So break the larger goal down into smaller sub-goals, and you'll achieve that big goal and stay motivated because you're just focusing on the next step and the next step and the next step. And every time you check it off, do a little celebration and give yourself a high five because you're on your way and you're keeping the momentum going. And if you just do one thing every day, you're going to achieve that goal, and chances are you're going to achieve it faster than you thought you could. So that's it. Thank you for being a part of our first segment of Dear Jill. Remember, submit your questions to us, and we'll be happy to answer them as soon as we can. So thanks again for being a part of Dear Jill. Live your dreams.